Welcome to the channel. So today, video of the top 3 trail runners of 2021, 2 that didn't work, and 1 pair of road shoes that are still going strong. Enjoy. Whew, okay, that confirms it. Shoe of 2021, the Altra Lone Peak 5. And here it is, the winner, 2021. Now I've done millions of Lone Peak reviews of the Lone Peak 5, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'll put links up there for all the other videos. What I will do is a very quick summary of why I love the shoe so much in a nutshell. Basically, starting with the upper, a really super soft upper that just wraps around your foot. It's sort of got a very soft, padded, slipper-like feel, but it still offers a great lockdown, but doesn't put any pressure on your foot. Midsole, obviously 25mm of Ego midsole here. There's enough protection and there's enough comfort to get you anywhere from 10 to 20 to 50 to 100 miles. And there's also protection with the rock plate too. And it just has that great, nimble, flexible ground feel too. So you just feel the ground really, really well. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. The tread, not great, but it's not the end of the world. The shoe itself, I just keep going back to it, and I have done the last 2 or 3 months now. It is just the best shoe that I've had this year. So that's number 1 slot. Number 2 is the King MT, King MT2. Unfortunately, you can't get this anymore, but the reason why I love this one here is because of the amazing traction at the bottom. Awesome grip, nice. It's got the Vibram Mega Grip here, and this just feels great. It's a little bit light in the Lone Peak. It's even more nimble. It's less stack height. Still got the Ego midsole there. It's got a very, very secure fit. So this one here is perfect for those sort of more technical trails, more sort of faster efforts, the hill repeats, etc. And it was a shoe that I've had for a while, but it's only this year that I've discovered my love for it. So yeah, King MT is in at number 2. Let's just hope they come out with something similar. Doesn't look like they will do. So that's the number 1 and 2 slot. And the number 3 slot is something very different. It's the completely other end of the spectrum, completely polar opposite to Altra. But I just think I feel I have to put it in there because it's a shoe that I really did rave about lots. It's a shoe that I did my longest run in, actually around the Isle of Wight, 108 kilometers. And it was a shoe that really, really did feel good at the time. I will explain why I'm a bit hesitant with my answers here, but anyway, here we go. It's the Wild Horse 7, Nike Wild Horse 7. Again, super soft upper, just a really beautiful padded tongue. I'll put the links of the original reviews of these ones up here. Just very, very soft, just more like an extension of your foot with this upper, just really, really feels good. And that React midsole was the midsole of all the Nike trail lines that I thought really, really worked so well. Just very bouncy, very pushy, it just felt really, really good underfoot, but it still retained a little bit of ground feel there as well. The only issue is this is obviously an 8mm drop, so therefore it's very, very different from the 0 drop to the Altras. But the biggest issue, unfortunately, although it is wide enough, the toe does still taper, and I think I have to live in sort of a wider foot. As long as my big toe can go straight, we're not going to have issues with any sort of plantar fasciitis or plantar fasciosis, so that's the reason why this hasn't got higher. But I did think it was definitely worthy to put in because I think for a normal foot, if you like a sort of slightly higher drop, this one here felt really, really good. So I would definitely recommend this shoe to a lot of people. Not for everyone, but if you like that slightly higher drop, if you like a shoe with a kind of bouncy feel as well, this is the one. So there we have it. So that is a very quick rundown of the shoes of 2021. My top 3. Why? So it's the LP5, great shoe there, love it to pieces. We've got the King MT2. Unfortunately, you can't get this anymore. I don't know if Altra are going to put another one similar, but I haven't seen it yet. And then lastly, the other end of the spectrum is the Nike Wild Horse 7. All 3 quite different, but in their own merits, really, really good. Now, there's also one other shoe that I do want to talk about, but I'm going to change scenery because I've just been in here for too long, and I think it has stopped raining, so I'm going to head outside. So I'm not going to go outside because it's just still too dreary and wet and miserable, so I'm going to stay and continue this little thing inside and talk about the shoe now, which I have to give it credit because it really has survived the test of time. I've smashed it pretty hard over the last year and it's still giving me some good bounce back, good cushion, good protection, and very, very comfortable upper, soft padded tongue, etc. So this one here is a road shoe. I don't do many road shoes, so I am quite pleased to announce that the winner of 2021 road shoe, Altra 4.5. I'm not going to bother buying the 5 yet because this has still got plenty of life. A couple of little tiny snags up at the upper here, but really only cosmetic. The tread is still fine. It's all still feeling and looking good. But as I said, that Quantic midsole in here, it's about, I think, 27, 28 millimeters. It's very soft, very comfortable, very bouncy, but still has a nice ground feel. It just works. It works. It's spacious, lovely amount of space, a lovely flex to it as well. So it's got a nice neutral feel. This shoe here is pretty much the only road shoe that I've been using now, again, for the last few months. That and the Escalante 1.5, they've still got it, those ones. The lesson that I'm gonna learn actually from 2021 is not to buy, or not to keep buying new shoes. I think I bought way too many new shoes without realizing what I already have is pretty good. So that is that for the top shoes, but there is a couple of things I want to speak about as well, shoes that didn't quite make the list, and there's one in particular that was really my biggest letdown. So the shoe that I really wanted to work, but unfortunately didn't because it just wasn't quite wide enough for my feet, was the Salomon Ultra Glide. Now, first impressions, I really love the shoe. Even after 50, 100 miles, whatever, I still found I could still use the shoe, but truth be told, it just still wasn't quite wide enough. It was just too tapered up front, and it just caused some issues. And if you know me, if you know my channel, I started getting that heel pain, and it was all to do with the fact that my toe was being pushed in because I was experimenting too much in tapered shoes. That said, a really good shoe. I absolutely love the feel of the shoe. It was great, but unfortunately just didn't work for me. Now the other shoe that I really wanted to work, but it just didn't. I couldn't get this run to work at all. And I think I got a bit blown away by this potential, the potential for it to be really cool because it was a carbon fiber shoe, was the North Face Flight Vective. Now this one here has got a carbon fiber plate, and I thought, whoa, never seen that before in a trail shoe, but it didn't work. I had serious problems with the sizing. If you can see here, actually, there's also a bit of blood there from it jagging into the back of my leg. The upper was just not right. I couldn't get a proper lockdown. My foot was slipping. Now, maybe I should have tried a different size, but obviously with buying things on the internet, this is very hard, and I'd already taken it out for a big 50K run. I didn't really get on with the upper at all. The midsole was quite cool, and I didn't mind that sort of springy feel, but the upper was terrible in my opinion. But that could have been my fault. Plus, again, it was just not quite wide enough, a little bit too tapered. So there we have it. Two shoes that I really wanted to like, but just didn't really work. Right, so that's it. That's my quick rundown of 2021, the shoes that did work, the shoes that didn't work. I realize now that my feet do have to stay in shoes that have big, wide space up front and generally zero drop. So unfortunately, the taper shoes just won't cut it. And there we go. All right, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you very much. Big thank you to everyone who already has subscribed and all the support you've given me over the last 14, 15 months with the channel. I'm really pleased the way it's gone and going. So I will continue this little journey, this process, this little thing. I will continue it forward into 2022. There we have it. Anywho, right, I hope you like the tree too, and I will see you soon. Right, thanks very much. Take care, bye.